Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we have to do to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our land. Oh, Biafra is our only home, is our only hope, Biafra.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you depending on your time zone. Men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. This is Radio Biafra Extra. Radio Biafra Extra is streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo. Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Okafor-Mefo is the man that said to us, I will not allow this platform in a corrupt entity to see corruption. And the last time I checked, he stood by his word. He, Mazi Uche Okafo, is standing on the deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. Mazi Nnamdi Okukano is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is from Abatete. I'm sorry, he is from Afali Beku. Afali Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. Once again, I welcome you. I am George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. It is a privilege. It is not because I merit it. It is not because I'm better than any Biafran. It's a privilege. I could only say I'm making proper use of that privilege. Because Chukwuoki Kabiama will continue to raise up men and wonderful women who will push this restoration effort to the end. And when they are here, we step aside for them. Because no father pray to be greater than their children, but true father pray for their children to be greater than them. You know, when I give birth to my children, there is something I always do. Even when I was not yet a pastor, I was a deacon then. When I say I'm reverend, some people think I just jump down and start claiming reverend. I served in every department. I started by being a born again, entered the church. In less than 6 months, I went through my discipleship class. In fact, before I rounded up with my discipleship class, I had become a discipleship teacher. And in less than 1 year, I was heading that discipleship class department. From heading that discipleship class, in fact, before they could baptize me, I was among the steering committee in my church, Grace Avenger Mission. And along the line, I was made a deacon. I was made a deacon not because I'm among the rich class there. No. My family does not appear anywhere in the Hem of Affair. I opened a branch for that Grace Avenger Mission. At the end of the day, they were like, who is this guy? I was not there when they begin to battle. This guy must be ordained. This guy must be ordained. And so I followed process. Why am I saying this? It is a privilege that today, because after this broadcast, I may not be there. Because once somebody better than me is there, I will shift for them. But you see, nobody will rubbish this platform. Nobody. We're not perfect. We're not claiming we are perfect. We are here to showcase one thing and one thing alone, that we are the most endangered species, that creating Nigeria has been the greatest crime against humanity, that Nigeria must stop. British government can still steal oil. Make no mistake about it. And so it is a privilege, I will say the greatest honor of my life, that somewhere along the line, our prayers are being answered. Because IPOB is the answer to our prayers. My prayer, I don't know about you anyway. But then I will acknowledge the Almighty Creator. Chukwuokike Abiama. I do not know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew about me that I don't know. I don't know why he looked at me. Most of you don't know. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu coming out of Christ, I don't even know him. But one day he said, who is George Onyibe? I want to see him. I traveled all the way from Biafra land to Abuja. He looked at me, he laughed. Nothing. We didn't discuss anything. He just looked at me, he smiled. And he said, go. And so when you say he's a prophet, I'm only listening to you, but I have confirmation before you know it. And I must say this morning, I have access to Mazi Uche. I have not gossiped anybody to him. I have not run anybody down so he can look at, hey, you're a good man, you are my gossiper. No. But he developed confidence in me. Most of you do not know. Mazi Uche trained me. He trained me. My boot leader remained my mentor. But I don't know why they did what they did. But I think Chukwu Kikabiama did it. I'm saying all these things because you must fear Chukwu Kikabiama. You must fear him. Let me acknowledge him before we continue. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, ịmakwa n'eziokwu na ịmara mma o, ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị ijuru m anya o, dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. There are things I think about and I weep every day and I cry every day, and I wish people are meant to see. Biafrans are meant to see through the eyes you are seeing. Some of you are saying, in fact, I have a video audio, maybe I'll play it later on. He said, fighting for Biafra is not gallivanting and traveling everywhere, and you are junketing the whole world. You are saying you are fighting for freedom. I look at those people. I say, oh, Chukwu Kikabiama, open the eyes of Biafrans that they may behold the wondrous truth in your word through Radio Biafra. I weep. You think it's easy to travel? I've been there. There was a time we had a meeting in Benin Republic. I didn't go with flight. I entered one Molue to one caterpillar to one tipper till I got to Cotonou. And when I got there, I entered my hotel room to lose my bed. Trousers fall for my weight. I don't learn already. I asked the brother if he will still remember. I said, does traveling make one lane? They were mocking at me. But they don't know that my size has reduced. But I won't go there. And so when you hear, oh, is he here? Is he? I begin to wonder. But I'm not surprised because God is involved. The hand of God is in this project. When you see yourself doing anything in IPOB, positively, know there is a power that is propelling your life. There is a power that will shape your way. You are not the one doing it, but it is Chukwu Kikabiama doing it through you. Our topic this morning is simple. Are we really still thinking? Are we still thinking? If you are a Biafran, before you see anything, are you still thinking? The Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. In all thy getting, get wisdom. Before you boast of your bank account, get wisdom. Because at the end of the day, your gate man will pregnant your wife, your daughter. Your gate man may eventually pregnant your children. Your garden man will marry your children. Is it not there? Without wisdom and everything Rogers Okurausa had. Go and look at one of his drivers marrying his wife. He would have been the next governor of Imo State. Get wisdom. But am I saying it's bad? No. Because that's your bank account. Those things you are proud of, other people will labor for. We inherit it. We come here every day, we begin to shout, don't let them buy land, don't sell land to Hausa, don't sell land to Hausa. Some people are not reasoning. Most of our traditional rulers are hell-bent. Most of our governors are hell-bent. They must give this land to Hausa. I ask a question, are you still really thinking? Because what you don't know is that Hausa don't buy property in Biafra land before now. Yoruba don't buy property. Only a few fraction of them in Biafra land. Now, Hausa is hell-bent because most of you refuse to sell land for them. Now they want to collect it by force. And some of you are looking at that changes you will have. And at the end of the day, you will say, we sold it to them. Now, in case you don't know, every land you are selling to Hausa, Yoruba in Biafra land will be alternated for the property of our brothers in their land and in Yoruba land. Most of you don't know. Yes, IPOB is 10 steps ahead of them. But I must tell you that Hausa and Yoruba are 100 steps ahead of us. Biafrans. I'm not talking of this platform. And that is why we want to wake you up. All of a sudden, Hausa start buying land. Oh, 20 acres. Oh, 100 acres. When you say it's 10 million, they say, no, we will give you 30 million. You know what they want to do? Because Nigeria must separate, Biafra must go. And when that time comes, those of you fighting now to stop this restoration, oh, I have bidding in Ugu Hausa, I have bidding in Ugu Yoruba, they will begin to tell you, look at my property in Biafra land. You take it, I take your own. We are going to go to court for 1,000 years. And you can be rest assured, British government will never give you justice. But are you still thinking? When you come out and say, oh, our fathers are bad, our ancestors are bad, are you still thinking? Maybe not. You are just like a radio, what do they call it? Turntable. You are replaying what they place in you. It's not your fault. Are you joining Hausa to say this? Let me show you. No. Let me make you see what you are not seeing. Because at some time I begin to wonder, are we still thinking? Biafrans, are you still thinking? It was asu ibua. Wa say na agwono ko na nkrika. Agwono na nkrika. You are not seeing it. Hey, Yoruba have never come out to condemn Yoruba. They will commit crime and the next Yoruba will say Beni. I've never heard British government. I've never heard Americans. I've never heard Portuguese. I've never heard the France come to apologize for raping our people hundreds of years, for adopting them, kidnapping them, sending them to Europe, to America, to France, turning them to monkey and babu across the globe. I've never seen them show remorse for it. Oh, you are very holy. Sorry for you. Your heart is pure. Angel. Ndiara. You are actually endorsing them. But you don't know. You don't know. So whenever you come, you say, oh, our people are bad. We are the problem. Igbo hate themselves. Oh, you are just like our man.
For the carnage they wrought on the nation in the 1960s are today boldly reliving those sinister intentions connoted by the Biafran agitation that led to the very first bloody insurrection in Nigeria's history. B. Emboldened by the apparent indifference of the Nigerian authorities, the Igbo secessionist tendency is widening in scope and action at every stage, with adverse effects on the law-abiding people of other regions residing in or passing through the East, while the Igbo leaders and elders, by their utterances and direct action or inaction, appear to support and encourage it. This is happening irrespective of the undisputable fact that, one, the Igbos have done and are doing more damage to our collective nationhood than any other ethnic group, being responsible for the first violent interference with democracy in Nigeria.
When you come, I say, no, I don't want to say certain things because you will feel bad about yourself. Any day you come out, don't call this platform. If you are here to tell me my ancestors is bad, if you are here to tell me IPOB is sinful, if you are here to tell me Biafrans are bad, don't call this line. Don't call this line. Because from today, mark the date of today, I will address you aggressively. You are Hausa man or Yoruba man. Look at what they are telling you. I hope you are very proud of it. I hope you will be very proud of it.
In a prolonged counterproductive chain of military dictatorship. 2. The Igbos similarly orchestrated the first and so far the only civil war in Nigeria that consumed millions of lives and sowed the seed of the current mutual suspicion and distrust. 3. The Igbos are also responsible for Nigeria's cultural and moral degeneracy, with their notorious involvement in all kinds of crimes, including international networking for drug and human trafficking, violent robberies and kidnappings, high-profile prostitution, and advanced financial fraud. Without remorse for the carnage they wrought on the nation in the 1960s, are today boldly reliving those sinister intentions connoted by the Biafran agitation that led to the very first bloody insurrection in Nigeria's history.
Now understand, he said Igbos are very good professional prostitutes. Igbos are 419. This was in 2017. But have you noticed that since 2017 to today, no Igbo prostitute, no Igbo 419, no Igbo ritualist, no Igbo evil. All of them have been Hausa Yoruba Fulani. Without Radio Biafra, speaking to make the world see that we are pure. Holy people. I am holy. My supreme leader is holy. His deputy is holy. No, go to the media now. You hardly see the name of any Igbo man in any atrocity being perpetrated, committed by Nigeria. You hardly see them. Are you still thinking? This was Igbo quick notice. Those of you who think your ancestors is sinful, your father is sinful, your mother is sinful, that is why you are suffering. Listen to it and enjoy, because how someone is telling you the truth now. Accept it, please.
Emboldened by the apparent indifference of the Nigerian authorities, the Igbo secessionist tendency is widening in scope and action at every stage, with adverse effects on the law-abiding people of other regions residing in or passing through the East, while the Igbo leaders and elders, by their utterances and direct action or inaction, appear to support and encourage it. This is happening irrespective of the indisputable fact that, one, the Igbos have done and are doing more damage to our collective nationhood than any other ethnic group, being responsible for the first violent interference with democracy in Nigeria, resulting in a prolonged counterproductive chain of military dictatorship. Two, the Igbos similarly orchestrated the first and so far the only civil war in Nigeria that consumed millions of lives and sowed the seed of the current mutual suspicion and distrust. Three, the Igbos are also responsible for Nigeria's cultural and moral degeneracy, with their notorious involvement in all kinds of crimes, including international networking for drug and human trafficking, violent robberies and kidnappings, high-profile prostitution, and advanced financial fraud.
This very audio is properly documented. Now, let me tell you something. I was working with a Calabari engineer, civil engineer, some time ago. And this brother is a very good brother, very wonderful man. And I was discussing Biafra issue with him. He said, see, if they talk of this Biafra, no before we are there. These Igbo people, where they talk now. I know they that one. Oh. And I said, what is the problem? This young man took me, he opened his Android phone, played the video clip for me. The video clip he played for me was Sut Amadou Bello saying that they will never allow us to be in control of our life again. Because when you put Igbo man anywhere, he want to emerge as a leader. He said, before now, our people were not responsible. They were not awakened. That is why our people have to suffer for that. Now we are awakened. The Igbo man, the brother now says, Siam, even I also don't know say Igbo greedy. I hope you are very proud of yourself. You are telling me our ancestors are evil. If I talk to you this morning, you will not stand up from your bed, or you will not get home if you are out to work already. And I said to the brother, so you believe this blatant lie? And as I'm talking to you, the world is taking notice of what I'm saying. And as they are saying, the world is taking notice of it. They are the one teaching your children in school by the edits and everything they believe in. Tomorrow they are going to play Igbo quick notice for your children when you. And now remember, father told me, because there was a day I confronted my father. I said, where you day where Oshimole they hustle? Where you day where Buhari they hustle? Where you day where Obasanjo they hustle? I was telling my father. My father looked at me and laughed. He said, Jojo, don't worry. It's just like a pig. Small pig was telling the mama, what makes your mouth to be very long, longer than my own? And the mama pig look at the small pig and say, don't worry. Before you grow up like me and use that your very wonderful shaped nose to dig the mud in Awusa or Biafra land, you will know what to make my own mouth to be very long. Today now, I know why my father cannot hustle like Obasanjo, because Obasanjo, they are murderers. My father is not a murderer. Today, I know why my father cannot be as rich as Ochumole, because Ochumole, Chibuka Amechi, Rogers Okorocha, among others, they are criminals. My father is not a criminal. I know who gave birth to me. No single drop of Yoruba blood or Hausa blood. And then I'm grateful to Chuko Kikabiama. No call. When in fact I'm praying to come on air where nobody will call my line, so I can be able to tell you what you need to hear. Wisdom is the principal thing. In all that getting, get wisdom. I have a friend there, and he's from Urubu. His name is Erikefe. My good friend when I was in Lagos. I love that guy. We'll never forget that guy. Because when you boast too much, he will call you and say, man, if you are the one holding the wire connecting to my life, and you want me to worship you, cut it off. Let me die. I won't do that. His name is Erikefe. We call him Edeku. So maybe he's listening. He will understand he's the one I'm talking. We don't lie here. We tell you the truth. Your ability to access and process information is left for you. But I want you to see what you are not saying. I will properly issue the press statement. As we are talking to you now, United Nations are opening the floor for people from Richard to come and say, oh, we don't have water. Oh, UN, please give us water. Our people are dying. Oh, don't let us die. Oh, UN. When he finishes yapping, UN clap for him. But before the very watchful eyes of UN, millions of Biafrans have died. I'm not sure the population of Chad people is up to 1 million, but tens and millions of Biafran have died. UN will not let you come there, because when you go there, UN will ask you, do you have recommendation from America? Did China endorse you coming here? Did the Arab confirm you're coming here? Please, did Oshodioke approve it? What did Hausa man say before coming here? Did you consult the Yoruba? No, we can't take this yet. Go back, you need to die more. That is what UN have been doing. With all the evidence before their table, could they actually be morally justified that the issue of Biafran is a case that nobody can think of? So when we come, we say certain things. Nobody is free. America is not free. Israel is not free. Arabia is not free. Abo is not free. Igbo is not free. Ijo is not free. Nobody is free. Is this evil not enough? Except you are an accomplish. Yes, no. It looks like going to United Nations floor now. Looks like going to see Jesus Christ. Make una wake up. Make una wake up. Understand where we are going to. Ndiwe isini mwate sonedi bamba. Isonedi bambo japamu yoki yenya. Mwate sonedi bamba. Isonedi bamba. Ojapamu yoki yenya. And then somebody will think I'm speaking Hausa. Na Igbo they speak. If I slow down in the Igbo intonation, Igbo central Igbo intonation, you will hear the Igbo I'm speaking. What is sonedi bamba? Is sonedi bambo japamo yoki yenya? Go and reprocess this audio and reinterpret it. So nobody is free. My papa is not free. My mama is not free. Nobody is free. But I know there is a reason behind everything we are doing. Our topic is simple. Are you still thinking? Are you still thinking? Are you still thinking? We are so much afraid to say the truth. We are so much afraid to say the truth. We know these politicians are liars. Only when Hausa or Igbo say it, that is when you agree. Now listen to Hausa testimony about your politicians, and maybe you will wake up.
Chairman Adams Oshomole has dismissed those that left, like yourself, as irrelevant.
So why is Iranian recruiting other looters and criminals into the party? Adams Oshomole is a fraudster. Let him come and tell the Nigerian public. He's a public officer. Where did he get the money to build the palace, the biggest in the whole of Africa, and build a university, build a police station, have the house he has in Maitama Extension, the one he has in Aso Drive? Where did he get the money from? After all, he's a common tailor. Where is his father's farm?
I hope you heard. Hey, no, you are going to believe this one. So one Adam Oshimole is a holy man, oh, wonderful politician. But how can Adam Oshimole speak up against Fulani herdsmen? Because his property in Tama and Tamuka extension or Taratara extension in Ugwausa will be taken. So Adam Oshimole, to continue sustaining, keeping those property, he must fight against Biafra restoration. This is Adam Oshimole. So where you are Idoma, you are Binima, you are there yapping. Hey, this is Biafra, live about Benin, live about. But we are telling you the truth that Oba Benin is a Yoruba man. It doesn't concern you. When exactly are we going to begin to think? Biafrans must put on their thinking cap. Wisdom is the principal thing. In order get wisdom. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm saying I have seen it all. I have seen it all. Tell me your experience. I will give you a testimony of my encounter 100 times over. I have seen it all, but I don't know it all. And then I process the information at my disposal. This is Radio Biafra Extra. This is George Onyibe reaching you from Orogodo, very close to Orogodo River Abo. They want to buy cow. You are giving them our land. Now, those of you in diaspora, those of you that owns property in Yoruba, Oduduwa Nation and Arewa Nation, understand that your property is what your elders are selling already to them in Biafra land. Because when the time comes, because no Hausa, no Yoruba, no Fulani will own a property in Biafra land at the right time. We are going to go to court. Justice will be served. Do you know the justice that will serve? We will find out how they bought that land. And if they bought it judicially, they bought it in the right way, we will go to Ugwawosa, or rather, because we are not going to let them stay here because of what they've done to us, this is what they will do. They will say, okay, you seize this Redeemed Christian Church branch, we will seize this story building in the Dumota. Yes, if you seize this Winners Chapel Church, we will seize this estate in Ajambadi. If you want to seize the Mountain of Fire Church, we will seize this one. Awusa is building mosques everywhere now. They will tell you, if you seize this mosque in Owerri control, very opposite to the Catholic Church, we will seize the whole of this thing in Ugwawusa. That is the game they are playing. Very soft, and you are falling in, and you are not seeing it. And then Asari said something recently. I tell you with great pain, I want to play it. It's quite a long audio. But I will see, maybe I will forward it in process to get to the point I want you to look at what Asare lamented on. But look at the beginning of the clip. He first of all took time to indirectly insult Mazen Nandekano. But he didn't mention his name. I don't like hypocrites. I could have been insulting all of you indirectly without mentioning your name. That is hypocrisy of the highest order. I call your name, get angry. But you can't stand before me before a competent court jurisdiction, because I will floor you. You are evil. If you have one thing I have said that is not acceptable, present me before a competent court jurisdiction. I will win you, because I reserve the right to do whatever I have done. Now listen to Asare. Follow the line. I pray I'll be able to pass all the information to you, because I do not have all the time to add what he said.
We're sleeping and our enemies are walking. Why we continue to sleep and enjoy ourselves? Our enemies are walking. They are working extra time. They are having 9 vigils. We're quarreling among ourselves and abusing ourselves and giving ourselves big titles, junketing around the world, celebrating and dancing. Our enemies are having sleepless night, are having...
Now, this is where Mas Uche Mefo comes in. Uche Mefo, we say, look at them. They are speaking with both sides of their mouth. In this just few audio, Asari actually point out to you that while we are sleeping, while you are yapping, holding your religious faith and your animalistic reasoning, your advanced nature, you are holding them high firm. Fulanis are destroying where you come from. When those of us in Biafra land tell you what is happening, the best thing you can do is believe it, because you're not there. I wonder when you came here last. Are they tell you what they happen here? You they yap for me. Have you been here? Have you been here? Asari speaking with both sides of his mouth. Yes, let me tell you, our enemy is upon us and we are sleeping. And that is truth. But he went on to say, you are truncating around the world because some of them are jealous. Some of them are envious. That is why Osibanjo have to follow. Before you know now, Osibanjo will go to UK. Everywhere our leader has been to, Osibanjo will visit there because he's a Yoruba. Chameleons. But continue, because there are things that will lead us to where I'm coming from, so that you know where I'm going to.
9 vigils on how to take what belongs to us. Today, President Muhammad Buhari has directed, without reference to the National Assembly, which does not exist any longer, a rubber stamp National Assembly, without reference to the Council of State, without reference to the Executive Council, because it does not exist. Even when it exists, I will come to it. There was no reference whatsoever to these organs of government. Muhammad Buhari are taking this monumental decision to set up Fulani settlement by force. Nothing is wrong. Kumi does not see anything wrong. Mbaka does not see anything wrong. Khan president does not see anything wrong. They all, they have all accepted. They are going to create 36 settlements. Settlement in 36 states exclusively for one ethnic nationality. Exclusively for one ethnic nationality. And when we talk, Alaji Asari is just talking. Make you two you talk. Do something. We have gone to prison, we have come out, we have been put on trial several times, we have been underground. You have been nowhere, you run your mouth. Now it has...
Now a point of correction. George Onyibe is not running his mouth because we have been in that dungeon. George Onyibe have been in DSS dungeon. George Onyibe have been poisoned. They have put bomb in my house. We have faced challenges without anybody hearing our voice. We have been there, so we are not running our mouth. We are telling you what we see. I see some people, do you know, I was in prison, but so I have been there. Another one said, do you know they almost killed me? And so I have been there. Do you know I abandoned my business? I have destroyed many of my company. Do you know I can't even get employment because I'm doing Biafra? I have buried my PhDs. But do you know that this struggle, I can't even have my wife? My wife would have been better if we were divorced. Because a wife that don't see the husband, I wonder how happy she could be. But praise be to Almighty Chukwu Kikabiama who have kept them. And do you know my children are not widow? Even the people in the grave cannot stand up and challenge me before the court in heaven. We have paid the price, Asare. We should stop deceiving ourselves. If I have the time, I will play all the clips and what Asare, the truth Asare is trying to portray. Asare is trying to tell. Asare lamented bitterly. Asare lamented bitterly that let's see if I can get there. So when you say Anaja data, I'm okay. With the new bill, Buhari extraction, Jubri have passed as supervised directed by British government. There will be, in fact, the donation you heard about, you hear about, would have been gone. Look at Asare here. Let's see. Let me be patient. Maybe you get it.
36 states. They are going to start the project in 19 states. Pilot project in 19 states. Funny enough, listen to the 19 states. Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, Cross River, Edo, Oyo, Osun, Ondo, Ekiti, Benue, Kogi, Nasarawa, Plateau, Taraba, Kaduna are amongst the 19 states that are going to start this project. It is only the governors of Taraba and Benue that had come that they will resist it. It will not happen in their various states. We have not heard of Kumi. You have not heard from Kumi. We have not heard from Falana. We have not heard from Kani. It is not about giving yourself
we have not heard from mosque.
And junketing all over the world that freedom will come.
No imam has spoken.
Freedom comes by painful struggle and sacrifices. Some of us have gone through it. And we are still ready to make these sacrifices and go through. Even though We are stupendously rich, which began aware.
Now this is where he failed it. Asari is saying, even though we are stupendously rich, where have Asari worked? Asari collected money on behalf of a John nation. Asari is a billionaire. Asari owns house across the globe, but no single investment in his land. He is part of those fraud. Stop speaking with both sides of your mouth. Be born again and join IPOB. We will help you. I pity all of you sharing Udo picture. Udo in America should go and join IPOB family. You people stop fooling yourself. And looking at us, oh, look at what Asari said. If you like, let him praise Mazen and the Kano. He should go and join family and be born again. Look at Asari, part of those people who are looting the resources of their place. Tomorrow now, go and talk to Awusa. Why did you keep us here? He will say, do you know how much we gave Asari? Do you know how much we gave Edwin Clark? Do you know how much we gave Nayangodu? Do you know how much we gave all these governors? Okay, how dare you talk to us here? Asari is saying he's stupendously rich. Where did he work? Has he ever worked anywhere? Have he ever worked anywhere? And now their crime now is that Mazen and the Kanu is not stupendously rich. After all, Mazen and the Kanu is still living in his father's compound. And that is the more reason why we love him. Because he had the privilege to be stupendously rich, foolishly rich, hopelessly rich, animalistic rich, terrorist rich, like all of you. He chose to sleep in his father's house. There is no greater honor or regard for a man who will lay down his life for his people. Today now, maybe Mazen and the Kanu would have been and telling us, I am stupendously rich. Maybe he has betrayed us and owns an oil well. Stupidly rich, my foot. That is why those of you in diaspora don't like calling you. And if you ever think you are in diaspora and you have influence over me, you are hopeless. Because I could be there. Even though I'm washing toilet, all of us go outside diaspora people. But I understand how it works. But with due respect, you are there for a purpose. Divine purpose, and I thank God for you. We could be stupendously, foolishly, and hopelessly rich. Do you know why? We can betray everybody. Let me not say certain things. I had the privilege today to do certain things. I will be stupidly and foolishly and hopelessly rich like Asare, but I will rather die like a poor man. I will rather die like a pauper. I can't confidently call those in diaspora because once they see number from Nigeria, poo, 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 they say he won't beg money, he won't beg money. Some of us have hungered. Some of us are hopelessly poor. But the only achievement I am looking forward to is if I must die as a poor man. If I must die as a poor man, hopelessly poor man, let it be that it's my own making. I will never live as stupidly and foolishly and hopelessly rich like Nayangodu, like Asare Dokobo, like Edwin Clark, like Ohanes Ndibo, like governors of Southeast and South and wherever, Biafra land. I'd rather die as a poor man. So when you come in here to tell me, do you know what I control in Europe? Do you know what I control? And you are Biafra. Please come and control it in Biafra land. Let me begin to respect you. Mazen and the Kanu was going everywhere. If he didn't come to your community, it's because you stand as a threat or because he didn't have enough time. Because none of you can threaten us. We are Biafrans. Injion, Ugoni, Idoma, Iyala, Igede, Arochukwu Bitoru. If we can imagine even a boy state, he said, hey, now they don't come here. If he come here, but he went there, we would defile all of you with the truth. There is something I want you to hear from Asare.
We have rich. Have you seen where rich men are sacrificing? Which person can have several buildings all over the world?
That is Asare.
And commit himself to a struggle to go to prison, to be deprived? No. But that's a story for another day. He has no recourse whatsoever to the National Assembly, to the Council of State, because there is no executive council, so he has approved our money, our land. That is not all. Last year,